All right. So welcome. Thanks for being here, you guys. And thank you so much for your patience last week. If you were trying to join us outside, I just I figured out what I had done incorrectly, but I'm just really glad that you're here. And I find it ironic too that the theme this week is the word grounding. We had this beautiful full moon in Aquarius on Monday, and it's squaring the thing that made the aspect that could potentially make this could have made this full moon a little bit ungrounding is the fact that Uranus squared it. So when planets square each other, they're creating like a 90-degree angle up in the universe, and so they create this like almost like crashing into energy, right? So no, they're not really, but that's what it feels like. And with Uranus, Uranus is about change. So Uranus is about breakthroughs, breakdowns, breakups, breaking through whatever paradigms we've been living in or putting ourselves in that have kept us either in an illusion or thinking one way. And sometimes when we think about Uranus, right, when I say break down, break through, break up, people will think negatively right away, like, oh my God, this has to break down. But I invite you to think about it a different way too, because what you invite into your thoughts is really what will at some point create your reality. Okay. So this whole idea of Uranus breaking down, breaking up, it can also be introducing you to a new idea about something or a miraculously divine inspired idea, a person, a situation, right? So it could be anything. So I will say that our thoughts create our reality, yes, and there's karmic loops that need to be taken care of, and there's our intention. So with all of this, what I've been really calling in is just a deep sense of grounding so that we can see the truth when things start to shift, either individually or collectively. We've already all gotten used to this whole shift collectively. But what about when something individually starts to shift? I want for you and for me too, I want for us all to be in this place of like a deeper understanding or a deeper wisdom as to what's really going on. And then we can kind of shift our perspective um, to a more positive outlook on any kind of change that comes up. So I hope this makes sense to you. I know a lot of people are going through a lot of changes, and I just feel like we can really take this on with a sense of deep grounding into the earth, and really to exposing and opening the heart, so allowing ourselves to kind of put that idea of breath and love in whatever it is that comes our way. I also want to note that we are headed into the Lionsgate portal. We're actually in the portal, which is all about shifting and changing and really bringing a sense of deep light onto the planet. And, astrologically speaking, it's when Sirius, the star Sirius, conjuncts the sun in the sky. And so it happens every year. And I always visualize this like beautiful blanket of light hitting the earth. And that's energetically what's happening. So in these moments, I want you to be like in the highest vibe possible. Okay. So we're going to play with that idea in our practice today. And I didn't send you a playlist, but I have a playlist on my Spotify called Grounding, if you want to choose that one. I already played the first song. It's like super long if you're going to go with me on the playlist. And I won't start it yet, but you can also play your own music. It's just easier that way than me trying to fight with music and AirPods and all the things. So I think Shiva's happy that I'm teaching from home too, you guys. So we'll go ahead and again, make sure you have all your props, okay? Let's shut these windows. Tuesday's garbage day, so or Wednesday is garbage day, so I gotta make sure the window's shut. Go ahead and have a comfortable seat, and then just pop in if you guys can't hear me, or if I'm yelling, because I've been so used to projecting my voice without these that if I'm yelling, just let me know. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and get in a comfortable seat. Close the eyes. Take a big deep breath in through the nose, and then exhale all of your breath out through the mouth. I'm gonna try a new way to face you guys too, so I can watch you the whole time. Take another big deep breath in. And then exhale all the breath out through your mouth. One more big deep breath in. Now find a slow cadence to the breath. I want you to breathe into your bones first. So the bones are, this beautiful apparatus to our body that keeps us grounded. It keeps all of our muscles, intact. Muscles hold in a roundabout way, hold the bones together. Without our bones, we'd be kind of a little pile of mush on the ground. So breathe into your bone structure. And imagine filling your bones with this beautiful, like a burgundy red color. Okay, so this beautiful burgundy red fills the bones. Fill every single crevice of your bone structure. And I want you to feel how strong that awareness is of your breath filling the bones, and take that same sense of grounding and drop it into the earth. So take that energy and just root it down to the earth. So regardless of what's going on in the skies, it will influence us. It will. It's always influencing us. Regardless of that, I want you to feel into your body as if your body was the only thing, and the health and the well-being of your body was the only thing that mattered right now. And that every step you took on your mat today was the most important thing you had to do. Just too easy to get distracted. Take about 4 more deep breaths. Make the breath super long, like breathe completely into every crevice of the body. You can always hold the breath. Right? But when you exhale, I want you to focus on this long exhalation, and it's complete. And then do that like 3 more times. Do that 2 more times. Almost as if the exhalation was rooting you down deeper. When you exhale out this last time, just pause and breathe for a moment. Just set an intention of complete groundedness in this practice today. Let's bring the 2 hands to the heart space in Anjali Mudra. I want to begin practice as we do with the Guru Mantra. So just reminding ourselves in as many moments as possible, that every single step we take is a teaching and a lesson and a drop of wisdom that brings us closer to this being that we are beneath our bones, beneath the structure, beyond anything that's going on outside of our world. We are this amazing entity. And every single thing that crosses our path is teaching us something to remember that. So we bow at the feet of our teachers. We bow at the feet of these teachings. And we bow at the teachings as they come across our path. We dissolve the ego in complete reverence for these teachings. So I know most of you, you've sung this with me before, so sit up nice and tall, we'll just do it together. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasma Shri Gurudev Namaha Tasma Shri Gurudev Namaha Tasma Shri Gurudev Namaha. Thank you so much for showing up today. Go ahead and open the eyes. You can make your way into an all-four position on the mat. If you are following me on the playlist that I offered up to you, I'm going to start with song number 2. I actually listen to the music myself because I like my playlists. Go ahead and find your way into an all-four position on your mat. Turn your fingertips backwards for a moment. And I'm just going to give you a little bit of education here. Hasta bandha in the hands. Hands are firmly rooted into the earth. So regardless if the hands are, fingertips are forward or not, I want you to root into the palm of the hand. Press into your shins, okay? And then just kind of elongate your feet. So if the tops of the feet are on the floor, elongate them. If you have your toes curled under, press into those toes, but pull the arches of the feet up. Take a big deep breath in and lift your heart. And as you exhale, I want you to round your spine. So pull the chin into the chest, hollow out the belly, round the spine. Inhale, lift your heart. And then as you exhale, round your spine. And then do that twice more. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, round your spine. One more time. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, round your spine and hold your rounded spine. So I want you to hold that rounded spine for a moment. Pull the chin all the way to the chest. Hollow out the belly, pull the pelvic floor up and in. So right now in this moment in time, you're actually engaging Hasta Bandha in the hands, Pada Bandha in the feet, Mula Bandha pulls up pelvic floor, Uddiyana Bandha pulls up the navel to the spine. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, release and find child's pose. So push all the way back into child's pose. Flatten your hands, okay? Set your sit bones all the way back into your heels. I want you to feel into the groundedness of this pose. So for today's practice, we're going to move just a teeny tiny bit slower than we normally do. And I want you to be able to feel a sense of deep rootedness and grounding in every breath you take, okay? Come on up into downward facing dog. Curl the toes and lift the tail. Now in your downward facing dog, I want you to feel into the bone structure again. Okay, so breathe into every single bit of your being right now. We're going to be shaped to our core. We have been shaken to our core as a society. It's okay. Stay grounded. Pull the chin all the way into the chest, hollow out the belly, pull the pelvic floor up and in, roll your body forward into plank, super slow, and then hold for a moment. Into plank. I want you to look forward. As you exhale, pull the chin all the way into the chest, push through the arms, lift your hips, and then drop your heels. Do that one more time. Roll the body forward into plank. And then as you exhale, pull the chin into the chest, hollow out the belly, and then push the hips all the way back up. Press those heels up. Now, take your right leg, bring it up high as you inhale, hold here for a moment. Press down through the left heel, press strongly through the right leg. Let the arches of your hands lift up. This is called Hasta Bandha, okay? These are energy locks in the body that are actually allowing you to use the energy in your body. Reach through that right foot, and then knee to the nose, exhale. Drop your right foot forward in between the two hands. Let's come up into Virabhadrasana 1 just for 3 deep breaths. So we should just hold here for 3 deep breaths. So as you lock your feet into the earth, you're going to pull the arches of the feet up. Okay, this is Pada Bandha. I want your hands and your feet to feel like they're suction cups every time they touch the floor. As you exhale, reach your 2 hands down to the mat, step back into plank pose. Shift a little bit forward, drop down to knees, lower chest and chin, and then drop your pelvis, drop your belly, lift your heart, Bhujangasana. Now hold Bhujangasana for just a moment. Hands are directly next to the chest. Press through your legs, so press through the tops of the feet. Lift the arches, pull that energy up. Pull the pelvic floor up and in, roll all the way back into down dog. So where we lose that sense of grounding is normally in that roll up, right? So we're in our low cobra pose and then we push back into down dog. We lose that connection from pelvic floor to belly. Okay, I want you to get really familiar with that because I want you to feel super strong all the time, all right? Take your left leg, bring it up high as you inhale, hold for a moment. Reach that left leg up high, press down through your right heel. Okay, now we're going to go one breath and movement in a moment, and I want you to really get that sense of strong feeling in the body. Now, even though your left foot isn't touching the floor, can you still feel that sense of groundedness in the leg? Now, the knee to nose, exhale. Drop your left foot forward in between the 2 hands, back heel spins down, come up into warrior 1. Now hold here for a moment. Keep your arms straight with space in between them and really awaken your fingertips, okay? So you'll hear me say a lot in class, reach through your fingernails. It's because I want you to wake up your hands, okay? This is Hasta Bandha. Even though my hands aren't touching the earth, I still have the sense of deep awareness and grounding in my hands. So you're locking that energy in to keep you grounded. Exhale. Hands find the mat, step back into plank pose. Now shift a little bit forward, take chaturanga halfway down. Inhale, lift your heart up, dog. Pause and hold. Okay, now press through the tops of those feet, pull up the pelvic floor, draw the belly in, open up the collarbones. Good. Now keep your pelvic floor up and in, keep your belly in, push back into down dog. Okay, now feel how different that is, right? Hold your downward facing dog for 5 deep breaths. Okay, so I wanted to take the time at the beginning of this practice to really draw your awareness into these spaces where we lose that sense of grounding, especially when we're in 1 breath, 1 movement, right? Roll your body forward into plank pose. Good. And then you can go ahead and drop down to knees, lower chest and chin, or take Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, lift your heart into up dog or cobra, go slow. Good, and then exhale, push back into downward facing dog. Keep that energy lock. Pada Bandha in the feet, Mula Bandha in pelvic floor, navel close to the spine, Uddiyana Bandha. There's even a relaxation in the jaw, that's Jalandhara Bandha. Okay, roll your body forward into plank 1 more time. Drop down to knees, lower chest and chin as you exhale. Inhale, lift your heart, up dog or cobra. And then exhale back into downward facing dog. Hold that for a couple deep breaths. So as we begin to move this 1 breath, 1 movement, I want you to still stay super, super grounded, okay? That's the intention. Come up onto the tippy bits of the toes. You can walk forward to the top of your mat. Take a halfway lift to inhale, and then fold as you exhale. Now just look at your feet for 1 moment. I promise I'll stop this like deep cueing in a moment, okay? I want you to press down through all four corners of your feet. Lift the arches of your feet. So your feet are suction cupping themselves to the earth. Lift the toes. Okay, imagine feeding your bone structure through the arches of your feet. Pull up the pelvic floor, draw the belly in, cascade the spine forward into a forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale, and then deep forward fold as you exhale. Inhale, reach those arms up nice and high. Good, and then drop the two hands down into the heart space, Samastiti. Okay, so let's take a couple rounds slow. Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Take that halfway lift to inhale. Fold as you exhale. Now walk it back to plank pose and inhale. Stay engaged. Exhale, chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, lift your heart into up dog or cobra. Inner thighs are strong, you guys. Exhale, push back, down dog. Hold 3 deep breaths in and 3 deep breaths out. Grounded, stay grounded. I have a feeling, I don't know, but I have a feeling that as we progress through the rest of the year, things may get a little more uncomfortable, but that's okay. It's just remember we're shifting, right? Come up onto your tippy toes, walk forward to the top of the mat. Take your halfway lift and then fold as you exhale. Inhale, root those feet down as you reach your arms up nice and high, and then drop the two hands into the heart space, Samastiti. Okay, do it again. Inhale, reach up, feel your bones. Exhale, fold forward. Nice. Nice. Take your halfway lift to inhale and fold as you exhale. Now walk it back to plank pose. Inhale, feel how strong the body is as you walk back to plank. Exhale into chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, lift your heart up, dog or cobra. And then exhale, push back into down dog. Hold 2 breaths in and 2 breaths out. So in these 2 breaths in and 2 breaths out, I want you to really root into your bone structure. Okay, because I know you move faster during your day than one breath, one movement. I know you do. Bend your knees and look forward. And then take a walk, a step, or a float when you have no breath. So you're actually jumping to the top of the mat with no breath, and then when you get there, it's that halfway lift, and then fold to exhale. Now, inhale, reach those arms up nice and high. Hands come to heart space, Nastiti. Do it again, slowly, one more time. Inhale up, exhale to fold. And I know we can go faster than this. Halfway lift, inhale, fold as you exhale. Walk back to plank pose, inhale, and then take chaturanga or knees, chest, chin, exhale. Inhale, lift your heart up nice and high, and then as you exhale, push back into downward facing dog. Now just hold this one for 1 breath in and 1 breath out. So now you've trained yourself to take that deep pause, right? Bend your knees, look forward. Take a walk, a step, or a float to the top of the mat. There's a halfway lift when you get there, and then fold as you exhale. Inhale, take those arms up nice and high. Good, hands come to heart space, Samastiti. 1 breath, 1 movement, a few more rounds. Inhale, reach. Exhale to fold. Now take that halfway lift to inhale. If you're jumping back, jump back to chaturanga on your exhalation. And then inhale, your heart's gonna lift. Don't lose connection with pelvic floor. Exhale, push back, down dog, hold. 1 breath in, 1 breath out. So I'm gonna focus a lot today on grounding into the breath and the movements. Bend your knees, look forward. Take a walk, a step, or a float to the top of your mat. The halfway lift to inhale, and then fold as you exhale. Inhale, those arms come up. Hands come to heart. 2 more rounds, you guys, so super grounded, okay? Inhale, reach. Exhale to fold. Halfway lift. Plant your hands on the mat. Walk, step, or jump back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Beautiful. Heart will lift to inhale. Exhale, your hips go high into downward facing dog. Hold. Now, don't move a muscle. Don't even think a thought in that 1 breath, 1 movement. Good. Bend your knees, look forward. Walk, step, or float to the top of the mat. Nice job, you guys. Take a halfway lift. Feel into the bones. Exhale, fold forward. Good. Root down to reach up nice and high. Take those arms up high. Hands come to heart space. Samastiti. Last round, you guys. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Plant your hands on the mat, walk, step, or jump back to Chaturanga Dandasana. Make your way all the way back into down dog. Now remember, you can always skip to Chaturanga, right? I know most of you here today, so I think you like Chaturanga. Hold that downward facing dog for a breath in and a breath out. And then when you're ready, you'll bend your knees to look forward. You'll walk, you'll step, you'll float, top of the mat. Halfway lift to inhale and then fold as you exhale. Now the arms are going to reach up nice and high, so don't hurry, right? Go at your own pace and then bring those two hands into the heart space. Good. Let's find Utkatasana chair pose. So it's full chair pose for a moment. I want you to feel super grounded, rooted into the ball mounds of your feet. Pick up the arches of your feet. Draw your sit bones back, hollow out the belly, and inner spiral your thighs. Reach through your fingertips, allow your face to get really relaxed. Now keep your arms nice and strong as you exhale to draw those two arms behind you. Sit a little bit deeper, pull up the pelvic floor. So I like to think about if I could draw that upside down triangle from my two hip bones to my perineum and I pulled up the pelvic floor, it would pull all that energy into my sacral chakra and up into my solar plexus. So a little bit deeper, exhale. And then inhale, huge back bend, straighten the legs, reach up. Exhale, fold forward all the way to the earth. Halfway lift, inhale, plant your hands on the mat, walk, step, or jump back to Chaturanga Dandasana. Make your way all the way back into downward facing dog. Hold here for a moment, spread those fingertips nice and wide. We're going to go one breath, one movement, but I am going to cue you a little bit slowly today, just it's very purposeful, okay? I want you to feel deep, full inhalations and complete long exhalations, all right? Right leg goes high to the sky as you inhale, and then knee to your right tricep, exhale. Point your toes and bring it in. Right leg goes high to inhale, press through the heel, knee to the left tricep, exhale. Open up into fallen triangle. Take one big deep breath in, reach the left arm up nice and high. And then as you exhale, the left hand comes down to the floor. Take your right leg over for scorpion dog. Hold this for a moment, actually. Spiral your two armpits toward the earth. Press down through your left heel. Let your head relax. Pull the crown of the head toward the space between your thumbs. Take your right leg, bring it up high. Press to the heel, knee to the nose, exhale. Drop that right foot forward in between the two hands. Let's come up into high lunge, arms reach. Good. Beautiful. Hold your high lunge. 3 deep breaths. Press through that left heel. Good. One more deep breath. Reach through your fingernails. Exhale, fly the two hands behind you. Inhale up. Exhale, fly those two hands behind you. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fly two hands behind you. Reverse your warrior, inhale. Back heel spins down, pull up the pelvic floor when you do that. That's going to protect your lower back. Exhale, extended angle. Now take your simple twist, left hand comes down, right fingertips go up nice and high. Fantastic. Take your standing split leg, left toes are going to go up high. Now hold standing split leg for about 3 or 4 deep breaths. Pull up the pelvic floor, draw the belly in, point those left toes up toward the ceiling. Pull all that energy up through the arch of your right foot. And then as you exhale, round and curl it in 1 time. Left leg goes high. Round, curl in 2 times. Left leg goes high. This time, drop that left foot forward to meet your right forward fold. Take a halfway lift to inhale. Fold as you exhale. Feet are hip distance. Inhale, Utkatasana chair pose. Good. Now hold your chair pose. Right away, you guys engage Padabandha. Pull up the arch of the feet. Pull up the pelvic floor. Draw the navel in to meet that energy. Squeeze right behind your heart space so the heart comes forward. Reach through the fingernails. Sit a little bit deeper. Exhale. 3 more breaths. Fly the 2 hands behind you. 2 more breaths. Palms are open. Stay grounded, stay rooted. Notice these little spots where you're losing your awareness, okay? Inhale, huge back bend. Pull up pelvic floor. Draw the belly in and then exhale forward. Take your halfway lift, inhale. Plant your hands on the mat, walk, step, or jump back to Chaturanga Dandasana. Make your way all the way back into downward facing dog. Now, you all know I like to move a little bit quicker, right? And I feel like this energy is asking us to just slow down for a moment. Make sure we're making decisions from a wise, intuitive place. Left leg high, inhale. Knee to the left tricep, exhale. Left leg high. Knee to right tricep. Open up into fallen triangle, right fingertips. Spin up nice and high. As you exhale, that right hand comes down to the floor. Take the left leg up and over, scorpion dog. Hold for a moment. Square off your shoulder blades, right? So the armpits point toward the mat. Let your left heel get heavy. Press down through the right heel. Elongate the crown of the head toward the space between your thumbs. Now, pull up the pelvic floor, draw the belly in, keep that engaged. Drop the left foot forward in between the two hands, come right up into high lunge arms reach. So it's in those moments of transition where we use connection. And I'm not talking just about on our mat, I'm talking about in life, right? We start to transition in something shifts, and we're like, oh my God, I've lost my center. I'm not going to do that, okay? Exhale, fly two hands behind you. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fly two hands. Inhale up. Fly your two hands behind you. Now reverse that warrior to inhale. Good. Extend your angle. Exhale. Simple twist. Right hand on the floor. Left fingertips go up nice and high. Good. And then bring that hand down to the floor. Take your right leg up high, standing split leg. Now hold for a moment. Now I'm all about change, but even I lose my balance sometimes, you know? But the engagement, the awareness happens in when we observe ourselves and how many breaths it takes us to find our way back to center, to ground. Round, curl, and exhale. Right leg high. Round, curl, and exhale. Right leg high. Drop your right foot forward to meet your left. Forward fold. Take your halfway lift to inhale. Fold as you exhale. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Hold 5 deep breaths. Good. Now hold, engage everything. Imagine that every breath you took in chair pose, you were pulling energy from the grid of the earth up in through your feet, through your legs, spiraling around your body and just like anchoring you in. Okay, it's not easy, I know. But it's a practice. And a little bit deeper exhale. One more. All right, one breath, one movement. Inhale, reach up, back bend. Exhale, fold forward. Long, deep breaths. Halfway lift, inhale. Plant your hands on the mat. You guys walk, step, or jump back to Chaturanga Dandasana. Make your way all the way back into down dog. Go as slow as you need, okay? But feel how complete the breaths are on the inhale and the exhale. Right leg high, inhale. Knee to right tricep. Bring that leg underneath the body. Open up, fallen triangle, one breath. Scorpion dog, exhale. Pelvic floor up and in, you guys. Right foot forward, high lunge, arms up. Fly two hands behind you. Reverse warrior, inhale. Like a little ninja, extend your angle, exhale. Simple twist, left hand down, right arm up. All hands find the mat, standing split leg, left leg high. Round curl in one time. Left leg high. Forward fold, exhale. Utkatasana. Exhale, fly two hands. Good. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga Dandasana. Walk, step, or jump back. Make your way back into down dog and hold for a moment. So notice you find this epic cadence, right? Hold. Left leg high, inhale. Knee to left tricep. Fallen triangle, inhale. Right hand down, scorpion dog, exhale. Left foot forward, high lunge. Fly 2 hands behind you, exhale. Good. Reverse warrior, inhale. Extend angle, exhale. Simple twist, right hand down, left arm up. Standing split leg, right leg goes high. Round curl in 1 time. Right leg high. And then right foot down. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, fly 2 hands behind you. Inhale, reach. Stay with me, exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Plant hands on mat, walk, step, jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Make your way all the way back into down dog. So even in those moments when we're moving one breath, one movement, we are completely connected. So hold down dog for a moment. How many breaths does it take you to feel super grounded? Breathe. Don't move a muscle. Good. It's big times. It's beautiful times. I know for some people it's challenging. Disconnect to reconnect, okay? Right leg high, inhale. Knee to the nose, exhale. Drop your right foot forward, Virabhadrasana 1. So reach those arms up nice and high when you find Vira 1. Interlace your 2 hands, place them at the base of your skull. Plug your thumbs in at the base of your skull. Wing your elbows out. Draw the belly in, point your sternum to the sky. Now close your eyes for a moment. We're going to hold here for about 5 deep breaths. And suction cup your legs down and toward the earth. Pull all that beautiful energy up through the legs. Pull it up through the pelvic floor. Draw that navel in. Like in one breath, you can get that deep connection. Relax your face and your jaw. Awesome. 1 more. Exhale, fly the 2 hands behind you. 1 breath out. Reverse that warrior to inhale. So I want you to just readjust your feet. Take your right arm up nice and high. And then extend your angle when you exhale. Reach up and over the head. Left fingertips go over the head. Hold for a moment. Spiral the heart toward the left. Lift all your toes up off the floor. Now reach through the left arm bone as if you're reaching from your shoulder head. And then press the outer edge of that left foot. Good. Keep spiraling the heart open. I want you to feel your obliques like really, truly rotating the heart and the spine open. Okay? Good. 2 more breaths. Now you're going to take that simple twist. Left hand's going to come down to the floor. Pelvic floor up and in. Draw the navel in, lengthen through the spine. Right arm goes up nice and high. Good. Hold here for a moment. Now just look down at your knee. I want your right knee directly over your right ankle. Press out through that left heel. Now pull up the pelvic floor as if you were feeding the spine with like this superhuman power, right? And then lift all the way up so the right fingertips pull behind you and the left arm goes forward. Reach behind you. See if your right hand can actually gently rest on the left thigh. Let the left fingertips go up toward the sky. Left hand can rest at the base of the skull. Open up the collarbones. You have 2 more breaths, you guys. So this is a grounding class, okay? Focus on full breath. 1 more. Don't grip your back leg if you are. Cartwheel all your hands down to the mat. Step back into plank. See if you can keep that right leg lifted. Don't let your head drop. Pull up the pelvic floor. Left leg super strong. You guys fire it up. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, lift your heart up, dog or cobra. Both feet are on the floor when you do that. Exhale, push back into downward facing dog. Close your eyes for a moment. Can you visualize the breath in your downward facing dog circulating through the body? Like, say, coming up through the feet, up through the legs, then down the spine. That's really up, down through the hands, and then underneath the mat, right? Back to the feet. So the breath is circulating through your body. Take 2 more breaths. Pull up the pelvic floor as if you're trying to lock that breath in. Nice. Take a look at your hands, walk, step, or jump, top of the mat. You're going to take a halfway lift and fold as you exhale. Shimmy your 2 feet to touch. Inhale, Utkatasana to your pose. So we're going to twist here, so that's why I asked you to bring your feet to touch. I feel like it's a little bit easier. If by chance it's better for you to keep your feet hip distance, that's fine. Now go ahead and twist to the right. Left hand goes to the outer edge of your right knee, right hand to the lower back. Lengthen through the crown, sit a little bit deeper, but keep spiraling your heart open. Look down at your knees. Make sure they're not cockeyed, because if they're cockeyed, you've twisted in your lower back instead of spiraling all those little bits and pieces of your spinal column. Take 2 more breaths. Now inhale, come back to Utkatasana. Exhale, twist in the other direction. Remember, 2 knees stay together. Okay, keep those knees together. Good. Sit back and down. Okay, so actually the deeper that you sit, the better chance you're going to have to actually twist. Close the eyes if you need or want to. Feel the spiral of the obliques hugging your spinal column. You've got 2 more. And fantastic. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Samastiti. Stand up. Stay with me. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. So walk, step, or jump back. So that in and of itself right there is pretty powerful to actually, keep that engagement of the pelvic floor. Big deep breath in. Exhale all your breath out through your mouth. Left leg's going to go high as you inhale. Knee to the nose, exhale. Drop that left foot forward, Virabhadrasana 1. So let's take the arms up nice and high into a warrior 1. Now close your eyes for a moment. Square off your hips toward the top of the mat. Interlace your 2 hands. Place them at the base of the skull. Plug the thumbs in. Open up the heart space. Keep checking in with pelvic floor. Keep checking in with Mula Bandha. Pull it up to pull that energy up. So when we lock in that energy, our heart rests. That's really what happens. It's when we're flinging our energy around that we lose our sense of balance. You've got 2 more breaths, you guys. Relax your face. And then exhale, fly the 2 hands behind you. Now reverse your warrior, so you're going to have to move that back heel in alignment, right? Left arm goes up. Extend your angle as you exhale, reach up and over the head. Now this one you're going to hold. Roll your heart open. So sometimes I'll even visualize like taking my 2 hands on my belly and just kind of rolling the belly forward, right? Press to the outer edge of your right heel, pick up that right arch. Roll the heart open, reach to the fingernails. 2 more breaths, close the eyes. So keep your whole entire body awake and alive to this energy that's coming through you. And then go ahead and release, bring the right hand down to the floor. You're going to take that simple twist. So align both your feet, pull that left knee forward, Draw the left fingertips up. Now before you come up, engage everything. Pada bandha in both feet. So even though your right heel isn't touching the floor, engage that energy. Pull up the pelvic floor. Pull the navel to the spine. Hands are strong. As soon as you're ready, inhale, lift up. Right fingertips pull forward. Left ones go back. Re-engage the right leg. Take your left hand to the back of your right thigh. Reach your right fingertips up toward the sky. Right hand could go to the base of the skull as well. You've got 3 more breaths. Fill up every cell of your body. Don't forget how strong that back leg is. And then all your hands will come down to the mat. Step back into plank pose. See if you can keep that left leg lifted. 5. I worked with, I bought a TRX system. They got my abs. I love them. It looks so easy. And then go ahead and cycle through your vinyasa, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, lift your heart up, dog or cobra. Both feet are on the floor. Pull up the pelvic floor as you round back into down dog. Talk about re-engaging with your core center. Whew. Big deep breath in, and then exhale all your breath out through your mouth. Big deep breath in. One more time, you guys. Inhale. Bend your knees, look forward. Now, don't jump yet, okay? I know some of you are jumpers. Just bend your knees to look forward. Hold for a moment. Pull up the pelvic floor. Draw the belly in. You're not going to jump yet. I want you to feel every single cell of your body. I want you to hear your breath as it comes in and out. Pull up Mula Bandha. Draw the navel in. Exhale all your breath out. Then walk, step, or jump to the top. Take a halfway lift to inhale and then fold down deep as you exhale. Hold your forward fold. Feet are hip distance this time. Clasp the 2 hands together. Let your knuckles reach up toward the sky. Let your head drop. Release any tension in the back of the neck. Stay rooted and grounded in your feet. Then you're going to slide your hands down your glutes, your hamstrings, your calf muscles, and then take a halfway lift. Now feet are hip distance, okay? And then exhale, deep forward bend. Right hand on the floor, bend your right knee, spin your left arm up nice and high. Hold for a moment. You can come up onto a block with your right hand or up onto your fingertips. Put your left hand at your lower back, spin your heart more. Bend that right knee a lot, but keep your left leg nice and straight. So keep pulling that femur bone up into the hip. Pull up the pelvic floor, see if you can get more traction in the belly. If you want more, you can take that right hand, reach it in between your 2 thighs, clasp your 2 hands together behind your right thigh. Now, if you're yanking on your fingertips, or if you're yanking on any joints in your body, then you've gone too far. I want you to focus on the spiral of the heart open and stay grounded. 1 more breath. And then exhale, gently release. Take a halfway lift to inhale, and then fold as you exhale. Nice. Let's do it on the other side. Left hand on the floor or a block, right hand to the lower back. Bend your left knee a lot. Spiral that heart open. So the more in alignment you keep your hips, like don't take your hips with you, right? The more of a spiral you'll get with the spine. Keep lengthening the spine. Keep stacking the 2 shoulder blades on top of each other. Stay in your breath. Left knee's bent a lot. Left fingertips can go underneath the body. Grab a hold of the thigh. Grab a hold of your right hand. Got about 3 more breaths, you guys. You got this. Notice where you start to lose your grounding. I always check in with my feet if I'm gripping my toes, and then I'll also check in with my pelvic floor, right? Like am I just kind of letting my belly and hang, you know? And then exhale to release. Inhale, Utkatasana chair pose. Yay. Now, without looking down at your feet, Just shimmy them to touch. Then you can clasp your hands together, come up onto the toothy bits of your toes, and then sit down a little teeny tiny bit. And then sit a little bit more. Good. You're going to hold for 3. And for 2. And then 1. Fly 2 hands behind you. Heels can stay lifted if you want. Drop those heels, reach the arms up nice and high. Huge back bend. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift. Plant your hands on the mat, walk, step, or jump back to Chaturanga Dandasana. Make your way back into downward facing dog. Hold for a breath in. Hold for a breath out. Right leg goes side, inhale. Knee into the nose, exhale. Hold for a moment. Pull up the pelvic floor, draw the belly in, hold it. Pull up the pelvic floor, navel in, point your right toes. Pull the nose in toward the knee. Gently, quietly drop that right foot forward in between the 2 heels. Come right up into high lunge, arms reach. Good. Let's clasp the 2 hands together and roll the heart open. So visualize for a moment, first of all, you're completely anchored in your legs, right? And then visualize pulling up the pelvic floor to draw the belly in, and then the heart just automatically lifts, right? Hold that here for 3. And for 2. Now 1, bring your 2 hands into your heart space. Get a little bit more strength in this right leg. Remember, don't grip with the toes. There's a huge difference between gripping and grounding. Okay, pull that left knee forward. You're going to balance on your right leg. Good. Good. Now, if you want more, you can straighten your left leg. Okay. I'm not going to today because honestly, my legs hurt from TRX and running. Like, it's unbelievable. So I'm just going to stay here. So if you want to straighten your leg and push the leg out. But more importantly, pull up the pelvic floor to get taller. Hold for 3. For 2. Good. And then 1, it's Vera 3. Stick that left leg behind you. You can fly the 2 arms behind you as well. Stay in your breath. Root into this pose. No gripping. Next, step back into high lunge, arms reach. Bring your 2 hands into your heart space, lengthen through the crown, twist to your right, okay? So you can keep your thumbs plugged into the heart and just put that elbow there, or you can do like we did earlier, 1 hand to the outer edge of the knee, 1 hand to the lower back, okay? But find your twist. Good. Spiral the spine. Not the hips, not the legs. Stay grounded. Good. So choose that variation that keeps you grounded. Nice job, you guys. You're going to hold for 3 more breaths. One more breath. Now, when you come out, please engage your abdominals, right? Come all the way up and around. I want you to drop your back heel, reverse your triangle. So all your limbs go straight. Good. Now reach forward and find Trikonasana. And before you just drop into triangle pose, lift up all the arches of your feet, lift up all your toes, kick the pelvic bowl back, pull up the pelvic floor, draw the belly, and reach your right arm forward, and then find triangle pose. Close your eyes. Yes. Breathe. Nothing more important than staying grounded right now. Because the truth of what we're seeing, what we're witnessing in the world is going to be directly proportional to how grounded we are. Okay, and I want you to be round as all get out. 2 more. Squeeze your thighs so your hamstrings release. 1 more. And when you let go, you're going to go ahead and bend your front knee, reverse your warrior again. And then extend your angle as you exhale. Now, we've been here once before. I'm going to invite you to choose a different bind. So you can maybe take this left hand to the base of the skull. You could also just take it around your back and hold the hip or thigh. You could clasp the 2 hands together for a double bind underneath this right thigh, okay? But point is to be super grounded. Whatever you choose, be grounded, okay? Get super grounded through the feet, lift all that energy so then the heart can spiral open. Avoid the urge to go into bird of paradise, not yet. I want you to be just right here for right now. 3 more breaths. One more. All right, now release all your hands down to the inside of your front foot. I want you to pivot on your back toes. Make your right foot, bring it toward the edge of the mat. So you just have a little wider stance, okay? Inhale, pull the sternum forward, open up through the collarbones. Exhale, straighten both legs around your spine. Inhale, bend that front knee, look forward. Exhale and go. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more, you guys. Inhale. Exhale. Now hold here. 2 more breaths. Keep squeezing your thighs. Keep engaging the pelvic floor. Awesome. Go ahead and release. Shimmy that foot so it's directly up and underneath your knee and your hip. Then step back and cycle through your vinyasa. So we do so many things throughout our day, little subtle things that unground us, that like bring us into someone else's story or into the collective. I want you to have tools where you can come back quickly, okay? Big deep breath in and then exhale all of your breath out through your mouth. All of it. Left leg goes high. Inhale. Reflex through the heel when you do this. You can feel that back leg fire up. Now pull up the pelvic floor, draw the belly in, bend that knee, pull the knee in toward the nose, point your toes when you do that, hold. Don't judge yourself either. I can feel y'all judging yourself. Don't do that. And then the left foot comes forward in between the 2 hands. Gently drop it down. Reach the arms up nice and high, high lunge. And take the 2 hands back behind you. Clasp them together. Roll your heart open. So I always like to visualize like my collarbones and my rib cage opening and expanding here. And then pull up the pelvic floor, draw the belly in, and breathe into all those internal organs up and underneath your rib cage. Back leg strong. Stay here. Relax your face. You're not going anywhere. Two more. Fill it up. And then bring the 2 hands into the heart space. Stay with that breath, you guys. Come up high into the tippy bits of your back toes. Fold the navel and bring your right knee forward. Pause and hold. So you're balancing on the left leg. Keep this right knee bent. God, my poor little quads. You can straighten your right leg if you want. Now you guys are going to be able to hear all my little private commentary when I have my AirPods in. If you straighten the leg, push through that leg a lot, but then pull the femur bone in, okay? So you have this energy up and down the leg. You've got 2 more breaths. And then gently, mindfully Bring that right leg behind you, Virabhadrasana 3. So arms can reach forward, they can reach behind you, they can stay at your heart, but stay super grounded. Stay in your breath. Om 5. Om 4. Om 3. 2. And then on 1, step all the way back. Come on up into high lunge, arms reach. Good. Bring your 2 hands into your heart space. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Take your twist to the left. Good. Now don't take that whole body with you. Only twist from the pelvis up. Okay, so the pelvis and the legs stay perfectly straight. Keep lengthening through the crown of the head. Good. 3 more breaths. One more breath. Now when you come out, pelvic floor up and in, super strong, right? Back heel drops down, open all the way up into reverse warrior. Good. Now find that extended angle. Exhale, left arm to the thigh. Reach up and over the head, start there. But I'm gonna invite you to take a different line, right? So right hand can go to the base of the skull and you can just roll the heart open. You could take this right hand behind you, grab a hold of your thigh, okay? Or you could clasp both hands together underneath that left thigh. Breathe into your bones. Are you gripping? So I like to check from like feet up, right? So are you gripping your toes? Are you kind of hanging out in your pelvic bowl? Are your thighs engaged? Is your heart open? Are you gripping with your hands? Are you letting this left hand just kind of flop? What's going on for you? 2 more breaths. Now you're going to reverse your triangle, right? So come all the way up and open. Left arm goes up. Good. Now find Trikonasana. Reach your arms, reach your whole torso forward, and then find triangle pose. Right arm's going to go up nice and high. Now, spiral the whole torso open without taking the legs with you. I want you to feel like you were leaning up against the wall behind you. Good. Breathe. Close your eyes. Trust in your sense of grounding. One more. When you come up, bend your front knee, reverse that warrior. Good. That's going to protect your lower back. Pelvic floor stays up and in. Bring your 2 hands down to the inside of your front foot. Pivot on your back toes. Bring this left foot a little closer to the edge of the mat so you have wider space in between your hips, all right? Now just kind of put your 2 hands on the floor or a block. You can be on your fingertips, all right? You're going to inhale, look forward a bit, tuck that left butt cheek in, okay? Exhale, straighten both legs. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, straighten both legs. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, straighten both legs and hold. Click all your muscles in. Pull the 2 shoulder blades together. Pelvic floor up and in, belly in. Two more breaths. Awesome. You're going to go ahead and look forward. Bring this left foot in alignment with the hip. Step back, cycle through your vinyasa. So normally, those of you who come to my class, you know that I do this mandala and I go around in a circle and all of that. But today I chose not to, purposefully, so we can get grounded into where we are, okay? I want you to look at your hands. Bring your thumbs a little closer together, okay? Bend your knees to look forward. Pause for a moment. Pause, come up way high onto those tippy bits of your toes, right? Your deep breaths in and out. When you jump forward, you're going to find malasana, and you're going to jump forward as quietly as possible. Malasana. Feet are wider than your hands. Drop on down. Bring the two hands into the heart. Now pause for a few deep breaths in malasana. Get as low to the ground as you can without dropping your energy. Two more. Now go ahead and release into a forward fold. Bring your 2 feet. Let's do 2 feet to touch first. Okay, so 2 feet to touch first because we're going to be here for a moment. Then just look at your feet for a moment. Pull all 10 toes up. Don't forget about your pinky toes. Press to the ball mounds and the heels of the feet with the arches of the feet. Okay? Lengthen through the crown of the head. Now cascade that spine over the thighs. Keep your legs super strong. So, you know, if you need to bend your knees in forward fold, do it, but still wake them up. All right? Hold here for just 2 more breaths. Just a simple uttanasana, right? Now, we're going to come up into Ardha Utkatasana, or half chair. Okay, so engage the feet, Pada Bandha, engage Mula Bandha, engage Uddiyana Bandha, engage Hasta Bandha, and then come up into a low chair. Yes, oh my God, that's amazing. Beautiful job. I love that I can see some of you. Thank you. Hold right here, do absolutely nothing else, or come up onto the tippy bits of your toes. Hold there, do absolutely nothing else, or reach your 2 arms behind you. Hold there, do absolutely nothing else, or clasp your 2 hands together behind you, roll your heart open. Hold there, do absolutely nothing else, or hug that belly up even a little bit tighter. Draw the belly in, keep lifting your butt. Let the crown of the head reach toward the floor. So you start to bow forward with your heels up nice and high. Stay there or come into Bakasana. Hands find the mat, find crow pose. Now listen, those of you who chose to stay in this balanced variation, if you want to take it down a notch, while our friends are doing Bakasana, come down to the heels for a moment, right? We're going to be here 5 more breaths. Or you can fly the 2 hands behind you. You can also come back into your balanced chair. 4 more breaths. Those of you in Bakasana, hands are on the floor, knees are on the triceps. You're looking forward. Pick up one of your feet and then the other. Now, when you do shoot your legs back, pull up the pelvic floor, draw the belly in, and then shoot the legs back as one entity. Those of you who chose chair, just make your way back into down dog. Same principles apply. Shoot those legs back with a strong pelvic floor, okay? And then find down dog. Almost there. Although you guys, I know you've heard me say this before, but I think it's funny. I've been doing this 18 years, and every time I think I find there, something shifts, and then it's somewhere else. So we're almost there. Let's walk the feet and the hands toward the center of the mat. Take a little halfway lift. Feet are hip distance apart. Exhale, deep forward. Straighten your head now. And shake it, yes. Now I'm going to give you lots of options, and I'm not going to go all the way to the edge of the pose with you, but we're moving toward bird paradise, okay? I'm just not going to go with you today because it's not in my practice today. Right hand's going to stay on the floor, left fingertips go to the lower back. Remember this? Twist toward the left. Option 1. Option 2, clasp those 2 hands together behind your right thigh. Roll your heart open. Come up onto the tippy bits of your right toes, but keep pulling that left femur bone in. If you want to go to bird paradise, look down at your left foot. Pull up the pelvic floor. Draw the belly and start to look forward, right? Hollow out that belly. Roll your heart open. Press into the left foot. And then allow the right leg to lift up. Now, you can keep your knee bent, or you can straighten that leg, okay? But every step of the way, it's grounded and rooted into the center of the earth. Good. And if you fall out, it's fine. Stay in your breath. Stay grounded even when you fall. Good. In the next 2 or 3 breaths, everyone's going to find their way back to a forward fold. And then just kind of shake it out. Good. Awesome. Before we go to the other side, let's roll up through the spine just so that we can all get our head above our heart. So roll up, click one vertebra at a time as you come up. Okay, one vertebra at a time. And then when you come up, just reach those arms up nice and high. And then bring your 2 hands into your heart space nice and slow. Now hold for a moment, just samasthiti, just hold. Big deep breath in. Exhale all your breath out. All right, inhale up. Exhale, fold. All right, halfway lift. Fold, exhale. Feet are still hip distance apart. Left hand to the floor, right hand to the lower back. Okay, now you can stay here. No harm in staying right here. Just refine this pose. Don't perfect it, refine it. If you want to clasp the hands together, you absolutely can. Underneath that left thigh now. Roll the heart open. Right leg stays nice and straight, so keep pulling that femur bone up. You can come up onto the tippy bits of your left toes. You've been doing this all class. If you want more, you're going to go ahead and push into that right leg and allow the left leg to lift up into Verta Paradise. Now, if you want to lift with a bent knee, lift with a bent knee. I'm not even going to do it today. It knocks me off my grounding. Good. Stay with it. Breathe. Even if you have to keep that knee bent, pull up the energy through the right leg so the left leg gets the nourishment. When you come down, oh my God, that's epic. When you come down, slowly lower down. And then take your forward bend, just kind of shake your head out. And then we're all going to roll up super slow, okay? Like painstakingly slow. Arms will go up. Hands to heart. And then pause for a moment. Scan your body. Do a mental scan of your body. Where are you still gripping? Where are you feeling loose in your energy? Big deep breath in. Inhale, reach those arms up high. Exhale, fold. Make your way into downward facing dog. So hands are at the top of the mat, feet go to the back. Now option, hold downward facing dog. And just refine this posture with your breath and your awareness. Come into child's pose if you need to rest. We'll all meet in there in a bit anyways. Those of you who want to go upside down, please be my guest. You can take headstand, handstand, forearm stand, whatever works for you, but stay grounded in your breath. Stay grounded in your awareness of what you've chosen. Don't be thinking that you should have chose something else, right? 1 whole minute. You can take dolphin too, or even dolphin plank if you want to come down into the form. Just be in your breath. Whatever you've chosen, just be there. Sometimes what ungrounds us is actually this thing we call FOMO, right? Fear of missing out. We're exactly where we need to be in every moment of every day. About 3 more breaths. rest in child's pose. Body rest in child's pose. Let your bones actually get heavy in child's pose. Bring your 2 palms up. Take a breath in. Slowly exhale like you did at the very beginning of class. Remember that? Go ahead and come on up just enough to spin your 2 legs around out in front of you. Have a seat. So sitting up nice and tall. Take a look at the legs for a moment. And then bring your 2 hands into like a little bit of a cup shape. Okay? I'm gonna wake up the legs for a moment because we've been super focused on like 1 breath with slow movement. Take your hands and just like this and relax. And go up and down the legs, even your feet. So just get like some awakeness and some aliveness in the legs. You can go back behind you, hit your kidneys. Keep your hands in a little bit of a cup. Guys. You're gonna go for about 3, 2. And then 1, now slide your arms down your legs like this, like you're just trying to get any like, I don't know, residual off the legs. Awesome. Good. Take your right hand, okay, and I don't think I'm mirroring you. And you're gonna take a hold of your left shoulder gently and just kind of go down the arm like, I don't know if any of you ever made cakes or did icing when you were right, just like squeeze the arm a bit, just kind of go like that. Do that a couple times. And then do that on the other side. One more. And then shake your hands out. And let your hands kind of go up and down when you do this. So both hands are up and down. It's always a good one. And then don't look at your hands. And I want you to take your left hand and just let it shake left and right. But your right hand still goes up and down. Don't look at your hands. You're going to get confused. And don't look at the screen either. And then now put both hands up and down. And then just do right hand side to side, left arm up and down. Don't look at your hands. For 3, for 2, and then 1. Shake both your hands out. Awesome. Reach your arms up nice and high. Feel that tingling in the arms. So good. Exhale, fold forward. Paschimottanasana. Now, when you fold into Paschimottanasana, you guys, I don't want you to feel like you have to reach for your feet. Okay? You could just have your fingertips along the side body, but also bend your knees a little bit. And if it's really uncomfortable, you can sit on something. So I love sitting on my now smush meditation cushion. Good. And take about 5 deep breaths like this. Just fold forward. Now, look at your legs for a moment. Look at your feet. Have they like fallen asleep and flopped out to the side? Lengthen them. Pull the femur bone up. Push out to the bottom of the feet. Pull up your pelvic floor for a moment and lift your spine just a bit. And then exhale and fold in. Like you just made probably 3 inches in your spine. Just from being aware. So now even though your feet aren't touching the floor, you're still engaging Padamanta, pulling that earth energy up. Awesome. Go ahead and release. We're going to find reverse tabletop, and then we're going to come down onto our back. But I want reverse tabletop first. Feet are hip distance apart. Hands are going to come behind you. Fingertips point toward you, okay? And then inhale, lift your hips up nice and high. Squeeze the inner thighs. Push through the arm bones. Navel pulls in. Gaze can be up or behind you, but don't force the gaze back, okay? You're going to hold for 5, for 4, For 3, 2, and then 1. Slowly lower down. Now if you're seated on something, just move it off to the side. Make sure there's space behind you and slowly roll down onto your back. Take it 1 vertebra at a time. 1 vertebra at a time. Nice. And then when you get to your back, hug your 2 knees into your chest. Good. And we're going to have time for 1 back bend, either bridge or wheel. So if your shoulders are open enough to do wheel, I'm going to encourage you to do that. If you don't know how and you're not sure, I'm going to walk you through bridge, okay? So in your bridge pose, feet go down towards your heels. Pick up your hips 1 vertebra at a time. Start with the hips and go up through the spine. Clasp the 2 hands together. Super grounding pose. Okay, so press into the floor with the feet, with the arches of the feet. Remember, I'm cueing bridge, not wheel, but same principles apply. Pull that energy up through the legs. If you're in bridge or wheel, push the shins away from you. Okay, point the heart toward the sky. Relax your face. Take the chin away from the chest. About how long your spine is. You've got 1 more breath. That's beautiful. And then slow and mindful, lower all the way down. If you're in wheel, tuck that chin in so your shoulder blades come down first. And then everyone hug your 2 knees into your chest. Excuse me. Awesome. Bring 2 feet to the floor. We're going to take a twist. Okay, so you can really do this any way you want. I'm going to cue you a really great, easy way to facilitate a deeper stretch. So take your feet to the edges of your mat. Take your knees up to the right. Take your right foot, place it on the outer edge of your left thigh, so you don't have to grab anything. Let your 2 arms rest out to your sides of the T. Here, like a little goalpost. Already start to feel your body melt into the earth. Excuse me. Remember the breath that we were taking at the very beginning of class. I want you to come back to that breath. Excuse me. Just 3 more on this side. And then come back to center. Hug your 2 knees in, and then you're going to take that twist same way the other side. Good. Drop into those long, deep inhales and those full, complete exhales. One more breath. And then come back to center. Shavasana. So Shavasana, most powerful grounding pose there is. Let your bones relax into the earth. And if you have your playlist on, at least turn it down a little bit, right? So I want you to ground into your breath. Nothing more important than you being grounded right now. There's some tectonic shifts happening. Huge. if I look at astrology, which is obviously very much uncontrollable, the astrology we're seeing now, we haven't seen in over 500 years. We're being asked to shift in humanity. And I believe we're being asked to shift to love. I'm seeing a huge shift happen on the planet. And as someone who's been through big transitions in her life, I know what it looks like. And before the calm, there's a little bit of a storm. That doesn't mean you have to take on everyone else's storm. It means you ground and you root and you ask yourself, where can I find these places within me? I can connect deeper to the pulse of Mother Earth, to the rhythm of her nature, and trust it. I'm going to be here in silence for about a minute. Take 3 more breaths. You can stay here as long as you'd like, or as long as you have. Otherwise, you can follow my cues and we will begin to move the body slowly and mindfully. Feel grounded just enough to root, but not feel weighted down. There's a difference. Grounding your fingertips, your toes, and your jaw. Reach your arms up and over your head. And then hug your 2 knees into your chest. You'll roll to your right side. And then come on up to a seat. Hands are going to come to your heart space in Anjali Mudra. So acknowledging for a moment in time this beautiful sense of deep grounding, weaving it into every thread and fabric of our being. We're going to end with our chant to Ganesh. Om Hari Om, Om Hari Om, Sharanam Ganesha, Sharanam Ganesha. So if you don't know it, it's fine. You can just listen. But we'll sing it together instead of call and response. Okay, so just sitting up nice and tall. Big deep breath in, exhale all your breath out. Om Hare Om Hare Om Hare Om Om Hare Om Hare Om Hare Om Sharanam Ganesha Sharanam Ganesha Sharanam Ganesha, Sharanam Ganesha, Sharanam Ganesha, Sharanam Ganesha, Sharanam Ganesha, Sharanam Ganesha. Om Hare Om Hare Om Hare Om. Bowing in and bowing forward at the feet of my teachers, Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo, Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Guru De Namaha. Thank you so much for being here today. Have such a beautiful, beautiful, blessed day. Namaste. Thank you. Thanks so much, you guys. So super fun.